Welcome to High Level Roulette. We're about to have a lot of fun here. If you have any interest in high level, you've been thinking about this for yourself, this is the right place to be because we're going to have a little fun today. I have got 3 wheels of fate here. When it comes to high level, we're going to actually spin 3 wheels. One is going to pick the niche where I'm going to build something. 2 is going to pick the feature of high level that we're going to explore together. And 3 is going to be my time limit that I have in order to actually create something useful inside of high level with in the niche that has been assigned and demonstrating the feature that has been assigned. Now we've got 30 niches, 30 features, and 30 different possibilities for a time limit. Well, not 30 different possibilities, but there's 30 different spokes on the wheel and anywhere from 5 to 40 minutes for me to build something in high level. So this is where you get an opportunity to see just how effective high level really can be, especially during this summer of AI. And before I jump in, I do want to mention that if you're going to use high level, you have to check out HL Pro Tools. My friends at HL Pro Tools have been helping me pretty much since I started. Because if you think you're going to support every single client all by yourself and you're going to jump in and get excited about what there is to be built inside of high level, you're going to need somebody to back you up. So my friends at HL Pro Tools have been there from the beginning. They not only provide amazing tools and training for you as a brand new person on high level, a brand new user, but they also provide the backup support and even virtual assistance. If you need anything done, they can help you. And you can basically shorten that learning curve by working with HL Pro Tools. So big thanks to HL Pro Tools for helping sponsor my channel here. And I can't wait to show you what we're doing here with High Level Roulette. All right, so here we are ready to spin our wheels for High Level Roulette. And we have 3 wheels here. First, we're going to pick a niche. Second, we're going to pick a feature. And then I'm going to find out how much time I have to build something inside of high level following those 2 guidelines. So first, we'll spin the high level of niches. All right, mortgage brokers. Well, that's ironic because that's one of the niches I kind of work in. Okay, pick a feature. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to build for the mortgage broker, spinning the HL Pro Tools wheel of features. Post-purchase onboarding. Interesting. And finally, the Crazy Kevin wheel of time limits, which are as low as 5 minutes and as high as 40 minutes. And in this case, I have 40 minutes. So we have our timer down here in the corner, and we have exactly 40 minutes to build this. So we are going to come on over here. All right, folks. So here we are inside of high level, and we're going to go ahead and jump in, and we're going to ask our AI to help us out with this because I'm always going to use Ask AI. There's no reason not to. It's free during the summer of AI. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and jump in. And I'm going to say, and by the way, using WhisperFlow here, I can just talk to my computer instead of typing. And if you want to learn more about WhisperFlow, just check below. There will be a link for that as well in the description. If you want to try WhisperFlow for yourself, it makes vibe coding a whole lot easier. So I want to bring on a mortgage broker who is interested in using our platform. We need to generate an onboarding sequence for that mortgage broker to make their onboarding as seamless and as easy as possible. Let's use any and all templates that are already generated here inside of high level that we have access to, and continue to consider ways that we might enhance their experience outside of what's already available by building a few things ourselves. Let's get started. And we'll just jump in and we'll let Ask AI think about that for a few minutes and we'll see what it comes up with. So this is one of the newer features of GoHighLevel where you're able to pull up and just ask AI pretty much anything that you want to do inside of HighLevel. And most of the time, it's going to give you a very simple path forward to generate what you need. Many times, it's going to do a lot of the work for you on your behalf, and you'll just have to go in and fill in some things, such as email snippets in the workflows and so on and so forth. So we don't have snapshots available. It looks like I'm kind of spying on it as it's thinking here over on the right side of the screen. And here's what it's got so far. Let's build the strategy around it. We've got existing workflows, service appointment. All right. None are mortgage specific. The platform has solid bones, but no mortgage vertical content yet. We'll build it clean and tailored. Sounds good. So what are we going to do? We got a welcome and account orientation will be day one. Mortgage pipeline setup. We'll do that too. These are all onboarding steps for them. So we're going to build a 14-day sequence all within 40 minutes here. So this is pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and see where we stand. So it says here, speed to lead workflow. I love it. Lead nurture sequences, application status, realtor referral partner system. Love it. Post close nurture reporting dashboard. Perfect. Okay. And we're going to have an AI loan pre-qualifying bot. I love it. Conversation AI that collects the loan type, purchase price, mortgage snapshot, realtor referral portal. We have all kinds of really cool stuff we're going to build here for it. All right. So here's what it says. Let's go ahead. Let's start with the mortgage custom fields configuration. I think that's always the best place to start. So personally, there are a few different schools of thought when it comes to this. Many high levelers begin with their pipeline, which I agree 100%. However, it depends on how well you know the business. If you know the business really, really well, you can start with the custom fields because you can think about what do I need in my custom fields that are specific to this business, right? And so we're going to get these custom fields all laid out beforehand. Then we'll go in, build our pipeline. That'll be our next step. We'll go through the pipeline stages of what a journey looks like. If you're not familiar with what pipelines are just basically the steps that a customer takes on a journey. And they can be manual or they can be automated. And in our case, we want to automate as many of them as possible for our clients, because then what we're doing is we're freeing them up to spend time doing what they should be doing, which is sitting in front of clients and helping them with their business. So custom fields, we're building clean, no conflict. So they're getting the entire custom fields lined up for us. Again, this Ask AI does so much for us, guys. If you're sitting on the fence with HighLevel, get off the fence. This is the time to jump in, because now you can actually build pretty much anything that you can think of or that your clients ask you for. They asked me, I was in a car auto repair shop today working on their account, and they constantly say things like, could you do this? Could you do that? And I say, well, yeah, I could do that. We're going to take a look at it and see. And then, of course, I just go ask AI, and AI says, yeah. Ask AI says, yeah, you can do that. All right, we're going to build. We have 44 fields, you guys. Look at this. Loan details, borrower financials, property details. Okay. These are, why does it say low risk? Low risk of breaking your account, I suppose. So it's 6 folders, 44 fields that will be created in a matter of seconds here, because I've approved it now. So those will be done. They got the 6 folders coming, and now they're going to do the rest. So it really is the best time to get into the high level space, because you don't have to. There still is so much to be said for understanding this platform. So I'm not telling you jump in and just rely completely on Ask AI. You will fail if you do that. What you want to do is get in and let Ask AI be the learning curve shortener. I mentioned that a lot. look for ways to shorten the learning curve. This is such a massive platform, and there's so many ways that you can use it, and so many ways that you can get stuck in a rabbit trail where you're building things and trying to get it ready to go, and you're sitting there and you're building and you're building and you're building. And my wife gets on me for this all the time. You really just need to get out there and get somebody to tell you they want you to do something for them. And once you've gotten out there and you've done that, then they're going to you've got somebody paying you to do it. You're going to learn while you're building it. So get out there, sell some services, use Ask AI to get it started, and then use HL Pro Tools on the back end to answer your questions as you're building it. That's how it's such a great time to be involved in this right now. All right. So it looks like we're getting all of our custom fields built. How much time do I have left? Let's take a look here. Oh, 35 minutes. Okay, so we're still good. Still good. It's only been 5 minutes so far. Let's see here. The other thing is when you build something like this as a foundation for a a loan officer, or whether it's an auto shop or a landscaper, you build something like this and then you snapshot this and then you have it for the next time. So you just walk in there and you say, yeah, we've helped other landscapers, we've helped other mortgage brokers, we've helped other realtors, and here's what we've done. And you can improve on the second time and then go back and add even more value to your first client, who is now like never going to leave you because you're constantly improving things for them. All right. So we're finishing this. This is almost done already. This step here, and that's probably going to be one of the biggest steps, I'm sure, building those custom fields. Oh, down payment conflicted. That's interesting. All right. And this is great because it's building every kind of field at the same time. So it has your fields for your borrowers, but you also have your fields for the realtors that they want to build the networking relationship with. And the thing is, once you get into this space, a space like that, realtors and lenders always flock together. And you've got the realtors, the lenders, the home warranty people. You've got so many different niches within the niche. So you find one and you start working on it, and then all of a sudden you're going to find that you have more niches that you can kind of expand to in a very natural way as the time goes. All right, 44 custom fields are 100% live. That's amazing. Okay. Very good. Next step is the mortgage opportunity pipeline. I'm very, very glad that we got 40 minutes on our first build. That will be that will be a tough day when I get a build like this and I have to get it done in 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and get started on that pipeline. One other thing I'll recommend to you guys, okay, is that when you're building these things out, and by the way, when you're looking at this and thinking, well, all I'm watching is a bunch of text on a screen. It's so much more than that. It's so amazing. But when you are building this out, keep in mind that this conversation you're having with Ask AI is something you can then take and say, okay, now I want you to build the snapshot guide for this. And it will basically create a PDF that will walk through the snapshot setup for the loan officer who comes on. All right, what do we got? 8 stages. What are they? New lead, pre-qual, application submitted in underwriting, conditionally approved, clear to close, close fund, beautiful, create the pipeline. That's perfect. And by the way, I have lender friends, so we can always go to them and say, hey, I want to show you something I've been working on. Try this out and see what you think about it. Tell me if there's anything that needs tweaked and improved in this. And you give them a 30-day trial. You tell them to try it out. They jump in, they play with it a little bit, and then you make them a deal that they have to give you feedback in order to use it for free. All right. once they've done that in the 30 days, they're going to come back and say, you might want to tweak this, that, the other thing. Then you take that and you say, okay, great. I'm going to add that pipeline stage. I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to move this around, do this and that. And now at the end of that 30 days, you can actually hand them all the things they asked for during the 30-day trial. What are the odds that that person is going to become a paying customer at that point? I'd say it's pretty good, right? So we've got 44 custom fields. We got the 8 stages in the pipeline. We need to do the speed to lead workflow. Let's get that going. Let's build that speed to lead workflow, please. All right. So now when it comes to workflows, there are a few steps you have to take and you got to interact with it. This is where we're going to have to jump outside of Ask AI in order to actually build what is necessary. When we get out there and we move outside of Ask AI, or I'm sorry, when it goes out there and it builds that workflow into the workflow builder, it is not going to. Oh yeah, okay. So now it's saying that it's got to walk me through it. Okay, so you see that over there in as it's going through. Now what will happen is we'll go over to the workflow builder and we'll use the workflow AI. And you have to be very careful with workflow AI because you can get it to put things in there the right way if you prompt it properly. However, as soon as you change something, it oftentimes will change everything in the workflow. And you don't want to do that. Sometimes it just rewrites the entire prompt from scratch. And instead of building on what it already did, it starts up basically a whole new project. So what do we need? We need, okay, it's giving us good. I like what it's giving us. Okay. So here's what we'll do. This looks good. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get the workflow AI to build this properly for us based on what I have here. So the good news is it has all these copy and paste. Okay. But here's what I don't want to do. Okay. Because if I want to snapshot this, I don't want to just paste it in. I want to actually create snippets that will get reused next time. Because if you move the snippet with the workflow into a new account, then it'll reassemble it right there in the new account. Okay. So what we're going to do is come down here and we're going to tell it, I'd like you to take all of the templates and snippets that you just created and place them in the snippets library and just put them in the snippets library as plain text. Okay, and now this is one thing about WhisperFlow that I don't understand why they recently have had this issue, but whenever I use WhisperFlow, we oftentimes need to go and copy what we said from the transcript and then paste it. And I haven't figured out why it's doing that yet, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. But either way, it still saves me so much time versus typing. For anybody who normally does the hunt and peck thing, this is a no-brainer. You should absolutely be using WhisperFlow. And the paid plan is very inexpensive too. It's not very expensive. If you use a free plan, you will run into a wall because you'll get addicted to using it. You'll be using it all the time, and then you'll be constantly running out of your free words, and then it really starts acting up. But so it's thinking through it. It always does this. There's some skills that it just takes a few minutes to realize it can do. This isn't true because I know I've had it create templates for me before. You know what? Try looking for SMS templates library and see if you're able to find it there because I'm pretty sure you've created snippets for me before. There we go. We got our SMS templates going out. We have our email templates getting set up. Sometimes you got to be persistent with AI. One of the big mistakes people make is thinking that AI is just you ask a question, you get an answer. You oftentimes have to remind it where something is. And the thing about AI really is that there, I was asked the other day by somebody if you're, what is your best AI solution? Like, which one do you use? I said, well, actually, I use all of them. I don't believe in one AI tool. I think that, some LLMs are better at some things, and some of your vibe coding platforms are better than others, and some of them are all equal, and you just got to decide which one you're most comfortable with or most used to, right? But you should never just count on one AI tool to handle everything. You should be looking at it. One of the best demonstrations I've ever seen for AI was creating a commercial from AI, and they went to one LLM and said, "Write me a they called it an advertising brief for this particular." All right, let me just double check this. So now we're going to jump outside here. Let's go to marketing. And we'll go our snippets. Okay. Now this is all Cutco stuff up here, so I can actually delete that from this demo account, but we'll do that later. All right, so we have our, okay, so the types are incorrect here. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but we'll use it. Okay, so here's what we should do. We copied, let's go ahead and do this. Email number 1 subject. All right, sometimes you just gotta get creative on things, right? So I'm gonna copy this here. Okay. Cancel that. Then I'm going to come back here, the subject. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to delete that snippet. Now I'm going to go to the email number 1 body. We're going to edit this. And, okay. So here is what we actually want to do. Let's create a new snippet, add an email snippet. We're going to go to my subject. We're going to paste it, save it. Okay. Our snippet name, we're going to say MB from Mortgage Broker. I'm going to go ahead and add a little emoji up here. We're going to give a we're going to do a house along with probably over here, I would guess. $. So that's a mortgage broker. Then we're going to say email number 1. Okay. That's a thing that I like to do for putting together a snapshot. We saved it. Now we close it. Now we come down to email number 1 body. We're going to go ahead and edit that. And we're going to copy the body. We'll just cut it, save this, come over here. Let's delete. And now we go to our page 2 here where we saved this. Nope, that's not it. Back. Okay. So the question is, what happened to the snippet that we saved, right? So let's refresh this. And email snippets are great if you are starting out and doing your email marketing Early on, using a snippet is a really wise move, and the reason is because, we lost that snippet that we just. I guess we'll create another one. Actually, didn't create it. That's odd. Okay, we'll make a new snippet. Add email snippet. All right, so we're going to come back here. Let's go back to our Ask AI. We're going to go to our mortgage broker conversation we just had. I'm going to say, it looks like in the snippets library, you actually separated the email subjects from the email body. Are you able to reconstruct those with the subject and the body together as an email snippet? Those are available. We have SMS snippets and email snippets in the library there. And it did the same thing I talked about earlier. We just have to, you know what? If I lose this challenge just because I had to keep going back and copy and pasting for Whisper Flow, I'm not going to be happy. All right. All right. So it's going to continue to kind of go through. They're going to delete the split ones, replace them with the two proper email snippets that have subject and body unified. And you'll see why in just a moment that's so important for us. Wonder how we're doing on time here. Oh, 25 minutes left. Time's a wasting. All right, so we're going to have to build this out in the automation builder. So we're going to come down here to automations. And then what we're going to do is we are going to wait for it to load. We're going to do to create workflow. We're going to start from scratch. I'm not going to use AI this time because it didn't recommend using AI, even though I think I probably could have used AI, but we'll just go ahead and go with what it said. All right, we're going to enable autosave. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to, I got to pull up the information on this in my other window so that I can follow step by step. That's one big benefit to having two screens when you're working in high level is once you get your information from your AI that tells you how to build something, you can bring that up on one screen and then do your work on the other screen. So very important to always keep that in mind and try to utilize two screens if possible. So we got to find Edgar's account. Okay, this is starting to be a little bit unnerving because for some reason Edgar's account is not showing up on my other screen. Now we have a problem. Mortgage broker speed to lead. Mortgage. No, that was not it. I clicked on the wrong one. Oh boy, time's running out. See if we can get this done. Got it. Okay. Wow. And remember, we want to make sure we can find things when we're creating a snapshot. So I'm going to add a home and money because that's what mortgage brokers do. And that will make it easy for me to find it. All right. So Edgar's perfect account. I'm going back to my Ask AI here so I can get my step-by-step instructions. And if you follow the instructions that Ask AI gives you step-by-step, you'll very rarely get let down. Okay. So let's go ahead and walk this through. Okay. What is our trigger? All right. So our new is going to be pipeline stage changed because we just created our pipeline, right? So we're going to go pipeline stage changed. So what does it need to do? Well, that's where our filter comes in, and it's going to say the pipeline changed, and it is changed to what? We're going to go stage. Hmm. Hmm. In pipeline, okay, we got to tell which pipeline, mortgage loan pipeline, and we're going to go stages. Nope. Oh, that's because that's spelled wrong. Pipeline stage is what? New lead, right? Okay, so we're going to save that trigger. So this is somebody has filled out their form either in Facebook or somewhere else online. And then what do we do next? We send an SMS, okay? So now this is where the work we did a little bit earlier actually pays off because now we go to our templates and we come down here, SMS one, immediate intro. It says, hey, this is John with Boo Boo Mortgage. I just received your mortgage inquiry. I'm excited to help. I'll be calling you shortly to walk through your options. Talk soon. And it has the opt-out language for them there. So perfect. We save that action. We go down to the next one, and we can actually do this. We can just say SMS number one, right? And save that action. That way we know what we've got. And then what's the next thing? Send an email. All right. So we're going to send an email right after. And that email is going to be email number one. And the from name should be the username, user full name. From email should be the user email. Okay. And then our subject, Well, we're going to come down here and we're going to do a select existing template. We're going to go all the way to the bottom and we're going to grab email number 1, welcome. And let's just double check what it says. Hi, John, thanks for reaching out. You've just taken the first step toward homeownership or a smarter refinance. Here's what happens next. We'll connect by phone. I'll call you shortly, et cetera, et cetera. Simple and straightforward. Feel free to reply with any questions. Talk soon. Yep, yada, yada, yada. That will look great. And we're not going to track anything in these. Those are advanced options for other times. Okay, now create a task immediately. What is the task? Well, we've got to have a task because what did those things promise? They promised that the mortgage officer was going to call, right? So what's the title? The title is going to be call contact name ASAP. And we're going to just go ahead and in this task, we'll say your lead is waiting. Get in touch as soon as possible while the lead is hot. And we'll let that go. And we're going to say, hey, and we'll just put username for user first name, exclamation point, your lead, and we'll do comma, and we'll do contact. So we'll come back from custom values. We'll go contact, full name, is waiting, get in touch as soon as possible while the lead is hot. And then we go ahead and do this. We go contact phone, email, we'll just leave it at that. Phone and email, all they need in order to get in touch, right? And it'll be assigned to, there will be a default user eventually. Due date should be, I would say, immediately. So I would say dynamic, and I would put in, not an emoji, but I would put in a tag here, and I would come down here to right now. So right now means that whenever this action takes place, what do we want to do? We're going to do right now, and we're going to do right now day, okay? And that way, what we're doing is we're saying that this is immediately due right now. We're not going to waste any time and say make that due tomorrow, because that person who's looking for a home could end up doing that, end up going somewhere else before tomorrow. We want to get speed to lead, right? And then finally, internal notification. Let me go ahead and just put that in there. And what this does is this is now going to make sure that that task is sent to the mortgage broker. Okay. So the type is going to be notification. So it'll pop up on the app. Title will be the contact, full name, new lead. Okay. And we can use the same message that we used before. We'll just say contact, full name, just submitted a form, get in touch ASAP. Again, we're leaving nothing to chance, right? And we're going to go ahead and put the contact full name. And we'll do the contact email and the contact phone. Okay. Save that action. Oh, what did I miss? Please check the fields for valid inputs. Oh, redirect page. So you go to the contact redirect page. That way you can look at exactly that. And we're going to send it to the user assigned to the contact. And we're going to save that action. So now we have our internal notification. Now what? Okay, we're going to have a wait of 5 minutes. Okay, pause before checking for a response. All right, so we're going to do a wait step. What that just means is that just puts it in a holding pattern and says, okay, don't do anything else yet. Just wait and see what happens. And then you can do several different choices, right? And we're going to do until, we're not doing a specific date and time. We're going to do for a set period of time. And this time period is literally only 5 minutes. Okay. We're going to wait for 5 minutes. And we're going to do something called if else. Okay. If else means that we're going to say if something happened, we're going to do one thing. But if something else happened or if nothing happened, then we're going to do another thing. So we're going to start off with the if else. We're going to say, has the contact replied? Right. And we're going to say contact details. You know what? Let me go ahead and just, okay, here we go. Workflow contact. No, we don't want to do that either. So I think that in this case, Ask AI made a little bit of a mistake. Okay. And here's what we're going to do. Yeah, we do have that. Let's save this. Make sure we get it saved. Okay. Now we have our wait here. Now we hit this. And we hit our if else. And we go. Well, I think what we'll do is move this down here. Let's see if that makes any difference. We'll go with an if else. Now, instead of that, we go contact reply.
Hey, Dad.
I'm in the middle of making a video, bud. What's up?
When you get the chance, could you put the messaging up under, like, can you make, would I be allowed to use that?
We'll have to talk later.
Because I need to.
We'll talk later. I'm in the middle of building this, buddy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the question now is why. Okay, let's do this. We're going to use another AI tool here. Why is my if else action unable to track customer replied when I have an email and a wait and an SMS before the if else? I see. That's what we do. We change this until specific conditions are met. Now we go contact. No. until the contact takes a specific action. Okay. Oh, well, it's the very first thing. I just waited a long time for this. Okay. That was a big waste of time. We better hurry up. Okay, we got that speed deleted workflow ready to go. All right. Now we have our SMS. Okay. What did we do? We did the wait, if else, send SMS. At the 5 minute mark, we're going to do SMS number 2. So if they, all right, after 5 minutes, then we're going to send another text message. We got to do an if else. Right. So now we come here. If contact replied, then what do we do? Is true. I'm sorry. If it is false, save the action. I'm going to send another SMS. And this one, just a 5 minute follow up. See, I know mortgages can feel overwhelming. I promise to make it simple. What time's best for a quick 10-minute call today? Love it. Okay. All right. And now we're going to do a wait for 55 minutes. Okay. And what are we going to do next? We're going to do another if else. Okay. Another if else. Do the same thing. Contact replied. And if it's false, then what? Let's see here. We're going to send another email. Okay. So we're going to send another email. This is what we call speed to lead. Now, this might seem a little bit aggressive, but think about it for a minute. If you don't take these actions right away, what are they doing? They're working on finding. They're looking at different homes. Chances are they're going to have um, an opportunity where another lender is going to stick their nose into this whole situation, because every time they go looking at new homes, there's possibly another lender promoting themselves there as well. So if you're not immediately dumping all this information to them and trying to get them to pay attention to you instead of whatever else is on their screen, then you are going to lose them. So it seems very, very like aggressive, but to be honest, it's not, you know? So where are we then? So we get to, this is the 1 hour mark. Okay. And we add a tag. Okay. And we're going to do speed to lead attempted. Okay. That's going to be our tag we're going to add. And very few people are going to call you and say, hey, you weren't aggressive enough with me. Right? So you might as well be a little bit aggressive and try to get in front of them, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for 23 hours. We're going to do another wait step. 23 hours, set period of time. All right. And we're going to save that action. And then we're going to come down here. And after that 23 hours, this is SMS number 3. So we're going to come down here, send an SMS. We're going to use our template. Come down here, SMS number 3, day 2, rate urgency. Good morning, John. Mortgage rates can shift daily, and I want to help you lock in a great one. Can we grab 10 minutes today to get your pre-qual started? No obligation, just clarity. Bob, right? So there we go. We have that final, and then we wait another 48 hours before we back out completely, right? So now we're going to go set period of time. This time we're going to go 48 hours. So you see that after that initial day of aggression, we're backing off pretty quick, right? And then we have an if else, right? So here's our if else. We're going to throw that down here. Do an if else. We're going to go contact replied, right? So has the contact replied at any point? Yes. We remove them from sequence. No. We add a tag unresponsive, move to nurture, and we end it. Okay. So we want to go to the contact reply. If it's true, then what are we going to do? Well, we'll deal with that in a second. We'll add a branch. And we'll say the action. Okay. So now what we're going to have is, oh yeah, we gotta make sure everything gets. All right. So if contact replied is true, then we're going to remove from workflow. So we'll just type in remove here. Remove from workflow. If they have not, wait a minute, I didn't save that, did I? Remove from workflow, save action. And then we're going to add a tag. And the tag is going to be unresponsive, move to nurture. Okay. Okay. So this, if somebody has replied, they're off of here because now the mortgage broker's talking to them. If they haven't replied, now we tag them and basically move them to a nurture, right? So and then this workflow is done. Now I feel like we're not going to make it through. And I feel like part of that was just because I was searching for answers that didn't need to be found. So, but we do have our first workflow set up. All right. So we're saving this and we're publishing it. We're going to go back. And guess what, guys? I'm going to go over here and check the timer. Oh my gosh. It says I still have 8 minutes and 55 seconds. I don't know how. This makes no sense. Over here, it says I've been on here for an hour. Over here, it says I've got 8 minutes left. All right. Well, we're just going to keep on going. Okay. So we got our mortgage broker speed to lead. Let me go ahead and figure out what else we have now. It's our next. We got our speed to lead. Got that already. That's done. All right, got those all ready to go. Okay, let's move on to the next step in our build. Guys, this is going to spill over into the next episode. So we will be back tomorrow to finish this, okay? But tonight, enjoy what we've worked on so far, and we'll be back here tomorrow to build together, and you guys can see what high level is capable of and what I get stuck with, but on our high level roulette. But thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the next one where we'll finish this build.